Okay, so in this video we're going to talk about the release. What I'm going to start off with this video series is by using a plane tool. So this is the Swing Buddy Playmate, and you can see the way that I've got it set up in such a way, which would be how you guys are generally using it. It's slightly more vertical than the angle of the club shaft, okay? And as I sort of take the club back, the idea is the club shaft would run through the plane line, and then as I come down, it would run down through the plane line as I'm demonstrating here, club on the back of the golf ball, and then obviously swinging very much through. Lots of golfers are really familiar with this, but still struggle with the release. And we're going to sort of talk a little bit more about why that would be. The first thing is to really keep it quite simple. There's a couple of rules that you need to understand. The first rule is that the club shaft, okay, so the shaft itself, which is why I'm now going to shift over to the actual Gravity One trainer, should always travel in a straight line. So you can see the way the club shaft continues to travel in a straight line as I take it back into this position like so. Now, we know in the backswing position you can kind of be wherever you want to be, but the important thing is coming into the downswing is that if you watch as that club comes down now, so the way it's coming back in a straight line, okay, it comes down in a straight line and that gets me into this position where the club shaft is still travelling in a straight line, blah, 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 blah. Fine. So the first thing you've got to understand is that the club shaft is always travelling in a straight line. The second thing is that you've got to lead with the hands, right? And that's what the Gravity One does with the shaft extender. It encourages the hands to lead, okay, like so. But if we come back to the club face, we've now got this issue, right, where there'll be lots of you that will find this relatable. You'll sort of take the club back, you'll bring it down, you've heard this before, it comes down, but then you still end up sort of swinging out to him. Okay, like so. And the reason for this is the slight complexity with the release. If I face you guys here for a second, the slight complexity to the release is that if I sort of take it back halfway, I come down, right? The few things that are happening. One, your upper arm needs to move to the side of the body like so, okay? Like this. And the reason why is that we've got to keep the hands moving, right? So if this arm gets too stuck to the side of me, my hands aren't going to be able to get ahead of the club head. I'm going to get a scoop. So my upper arm moves to the side of my body. My hands keep leading, okay? The club shaft is traveling in a straight line. Now, that will get the club looking like so. You can see the club face is a little open. And that basically means that I need to now rotate my left hand to square the face. But the problem is, you see the way that now, if I do that, it moves the club head out. Okay? And that's why simultaneously, as I'm rotating that left hand, I need to simultaneously straighten the right arm. And it's the blend of both of those that allows that club to strike the golf ball square, but it keeps the club shaft travelling in a straight line. And then from there, obviously, you can, it depends how you rotate. If you don't have much rotation, your arms will roll. If you do, you can keep it squarer. So that's what I'm trying to suggest, is that's why a lot of golfers struggle with the release, and it's what I end up spending a lot of my time working with a lot of students with. It's because essentially it's quite easy to move the upper arm, keep the hands leading, get you into this position. But then from this position to get the club face square, it's a rotation of the lead hand, but it's also, if I keep my right arm bent, it sends the club there, but if I straighten my right arm, it's what brings it here. And that's why when we originally sort of, David and I designed the Swing Buddy Gravity One trainer. It's because it's something which kind of teaches you to do that without thinking about it too much. It starts on the left hip, I bring it back, I lead with the hands, and then the idea is, as I then basically, see what I mean, square it. So you just practice the same thing. You just practice keeping the club in a straight line, keeping it in a straight line, and then really as I sort of square the hand, my left hand, my right arm straightens, and that's what gets me into this position, and then I can keep it travelling straight on the way through. Hopefully that helps.